And now we wait. And there it is. Greetings everyone, I am Dr. J, and here we are once again with Pillars of Eternity, and since that we're setting out to confront more of the White March, we've got one last level up to C2 before we head out. So, what can I give you? Once per encounter. Conceals. Oh, that's that ability. Whoa. What's Wild Sprint? Able to charge with Reckless Abandon. 3 per rest, so can't be used all the time, but extra move speed, plus extra defense when disengaging, and not stopped by engagement. Interesting. Threatening Presence. Sickens, so that reduces all attributes. Wow, that's potent. Doesn't last long, but... Oh wait, as long as the barbarian is stationed nearby, it's a passive? Whoa. I think we're going with that. I don't even care what the other ones are. We're going with that one. Alright, so... we received a dream. Your party is considered high level for the content in the White March Part 2, as expected. If you would like, the critical path can be increased in difficulty to give you more of a challenge. The rewards you receive will be the same regardless of the option you choose. Let's go. Wait, achievement, all upgrades in Stronghold, what's that? Oh, I need to remember that OBS doesn't see the achievements because I didn't enable it. Let me check. Complete all the upgrades in the Stronghold. Wait, didn't a few of them get blown up, though? Oh yeah, the South Curtain Wall got destroyed with one of the attacks.
Hey there.
That's right. Alright, let's
While
see what
we
awaits.
wait, the enemy grows stronger.
And you'd send more of us to die.
Well, I'm not gonna stand around. Are you?
You've done plenty, Darian.
You approach the source of the commotion and see a throng of villagers. They're arguing amongst themselves and hurling questions and demands at a lone figure perched above them. A young man stands on a spur of rock, his clenched fist held aloft. Steam rises from his wild hair and flushed face as he shouts to the gathering.
Been a week since our people left these gates. A week since the Iron Flail took them.
He paces the outcropping, his eyes burning. You see a few scattered nods in the crowd. Also, this guy sounds familiar.
Yet we wait here behind our sturdy new walls, hiding in our rebuilt homes. We've done nothing.
He brings his fist into his palm with a sharp smack. The crowd erupts, bristling with pointed fingers and pointed words. One woman steps forward. Her eyes lock on the young man.
Who are you to tell us how to defend our own? You ain't been here 2 months!
Several of the others grunt and hoot. You feel a shift in the crowd like a changing tide.
Hey, an angry mob. See? We're not so far from home.
I'm glad I brought you along.
And since I got here, I've been working alongside the rest of you. Don't start with that again.
A handful of others nod along with him, but they cringe and flinch as another villager joins the fray, shaking his finger at the young orator.
Well, it was your idea to send our people to that damned fort in the first place. If it weren't for you and the other leeches that come up with you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
The new accuser raises a chorus of furious cries. Darian raises his hand for calm, but the crowd's wrath is snowballing.
Enough. Enough.
Darian waves for calm, but the crowd has worked itself into a frenzy. He scans the assembly, beads of sweat rolling from his temples. His eyes falls all on you and he points.
You want to boot all the Outlanders from your town? Tell that to the hero of the White Forge.
Hey, it wasn't just me. This Watcher deserves at least a little credit.
And there you are awesome. No one seems to notice him, but he's awesome anyway. A dozen heads turn in your direction. The villagers recognize you, and their eyes widen with hope and reverence. What's this about?
A bunch of greedy foreigners who want what's ours.
Another cry grows up, but it's quieter and more uncertain. Darian quickly jumps in.
It's a small army from Raedceran. They call themselves the Iron Flail.
At Darian's mention of the name, the rest of the crowd falls silent. The words trigger a sudden flashback to your dream of the mysterious army and the destruction of Cadnua. As the image fades, you see once more the vision of 100 eyes, watching you and something just beyond.
Showed up a few weeks after you opened the battery. Demanded we give him the White Forge.
He avoids your gaze, scraping his boot against a rock. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be about Durgan's battery.
They're led by Adarik Sendamir. Comes from an old Raedceran family. The rumor has it the man's half mad with visions. Claims one drove him here to take the White Forge.
In Zawa's experience, if one is only half mad with visions, the dose was too low.
They're not the only bloodsuckers around here.
The villager glares up at Darian, but most of his fellows are ignoring him by now. Darian raises his voice among the ruckus.
Our crew at the battery locked their doors and told the Iron Flail to go back to Raedceran. Instead, they built a fort in the middle of the wood. So we sent a committee to reason with them. But that was a week ago. We haven't seen our people since.
A low rumble ripples through the crowd. Darian hesitates.
That can only mean one thing.
He grimaces at the frightened, arguing crowd, drowns him out once more. Can't you share the White Forge with the Raedcerans? The villagers squawk and shout louder than ever.
After what they did to our neighbors?
Only thing they know how to do is start wars.
Please, everyone!
In the fragile silence that follows, the others turn and look at Darian.
Whatever our difference is, we've got to deal with the army at our gates.
He looks back to you.
You've done a lot for Stalwart already. Many of us wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you.
He breaks off, looking as if he'd like to stuff his words back into his mouth. Because in his case, it probably is literally. Opening up Durgan's battery undoubtedly brought in a whole host of people looking to take advantage of it. So, the Raedcerans clearly came with an army to seize it, but there would be people like Darian here. After an uneasy pause, he swallows and continues.
What I mean is, if anyone could deal with an army, it's you.
I've got my own business with this army.
The Iron Flail cleared a patch of forest north of Durgan's battery, built their fort there. It'll be well guarded, so if you can get in without raising an alarm, you may have an easier time of it. The important thing is to deal with the commander. If you can get rid of him, the rest of the soldiers will scatter.
I think I've dreamed about this army.
What exactly did you see?
He watches you with wide, wondering eyes. A murmur ripples through the crowd. The dream was unclear.
Of course. We're just thankful this dream led you back. Anyway, we've got our work cut out for us here.
He gives the crowd a purposeful look. Grumbling, they start to disperse.
While you're out, stop by the battery. Wangra and her team are still repairing the heavy cannons, but they've made a lot of progress elsewhere. Thought you might like to see how far it's come.
I want to ask you about something.
Haven't been here long, but I'll tell you what I can.
Tell me about the Iron Flail.
They heard about the White Forge and came running. Just like a lot of us did. Only difference is, they brought siege weapons. As best anyone can tell, they're from the border region near Little Bend, one of the poorest parts of the country. For Raedceran, well, that's saying something.
What brought you to Stalwart?
Work. I was a cobbler in New Yarma, but the city got more crowded every year. Rural types fleeing the legacy. A couple months ago, I heard Stalwart was offering land and opportunity to new settlers, so figured I'd give it a go out here. For a while, folks seemed glad to have some new blood, but that changed as more and more of us came.
There seems to be a lot of tension around town.
Before you opened Durgan's battery, people tell me Stalwart barely had enough warm bodies to keep the town running. A bunch of us came when we heard about the White Forge, but now, I think the old-timers would just as soon send us back.
He begins ticking items off on his fingers.
We take the best jobs, we don't pay our respects to Andra, we're overcrowding the town.
He shakes his head.
I get it. Stalwart's changing. Same thing happened in New Yarma when folk moved in from the countryside. But they can't keep blaming us for everything that goes wrong out here.
He sighs, and a steaming cloud escapes his lips.
I'm just hoping they'll calm down once the Iron Flail is gone.
So, that's the army then.
I'm here.
Hey there.
You'd think I'd be able to actually speak properly tonight, but here we are anyway.
So, you're back. What can I do for you? Sure, ask away.
Not sure what I can tell you, though. I haven't been here half as long as most.
What can you tell me about Stalwart?
Truth is, I couldn't care less about the town, or the mines. But I like the people. Hardy bunch, living up here in the cold. Shame most of them have packed up. Figure they deserve better. And, well, you've given them a chance at that. So, you know, thanks, for what that's worth. Me? Well, I used to build houses. These days I do this and that. Get work at the fishery sometimes, mending nets. Right now I'm helping with the stockades. The ogres keep us busy. I'm from Ina's Rest originally. Not so far from your Cadnua, actually. A little ways east. Nice lake nearby. A little like the one here. I heard some business went down with Lord Raedceran. Might have ended up tithing to you instead if I were still there. My lord. Right. Anything else then?
Nope. I wonder what the leader of the village has to say about all of this. Sure, she's got some very pointed thoughts about everything that's going on. If it isn't the hero of the White Forge, Renengild nods in reading. She looks more relaxed than you've ever seen her. You come back to check on your handiwork, or are you just here to wish me a happy retirement? Why did you retire? She stretches. I've had enough of politics and town quarrels for this lifetime, so when Tarfos told me he was tired of the mines, I asked if he was ready to really get his hands dirty. I almost feel sorry for the guy. So who do I need to talk to then? Tarfos. Got it. I'll go look around for him. Wonder what everybody else will have to say about this. You have anything new? Nope.
And then you hit your own father?
Not I. That was Isilmir.
Yeah, but you're the same person.
Fine cock's feathers to that!
I see your point.
This game's great. That's new. God. Oh yeah, they would have rebuilt, wouldn't they? Wonder who lives here now. Smithy? Let's take a look.
Would I interest you in a new blade?
You can see your own reflection in these shields. This looks like Stalwart from the road to Deerwood. The shopkeeper's clothes seem a little nicer, if not terribly warm, compared to what you've seen around Stalwart. His hair is immaculately coiffed, and his rosy cheeks look like they've been barely touched by the mountain winds. Welcome, welcome! I've got arms and armor, all top quality. Or perhaps you'd like to see potions? Always a pleasure to meet respectable company out here anyway. You must be new. Soulbound. Solid accuracy and damage. Twin Sting is a crossbow with an unusual design. It's built to fire 2 bolts before requiring a reload. Few are the practical uses of such a weapon that would be worth the trade-off on the extra weight. This item, however, was built to fulfill a very particular need. Get the feeling I'd learn more if I bound it to someone. Just not sure who would be a good candidate for that. Bad? Ooh, ooh, greater healing? Huh. Only usable by ranger. I don't think I have any rangers in the party now that I think of it. 2 athletics and extra 50 defense while stunned and prone. Not bad. Progress' Audra helmet. Plus 3 resolve. That's not bad. Only usable by wizards, but it gives extra uses of their 1st and 3rd level spells. That could be useful. Buy it. I'll hand it off to Waloth. See what he can make of it. So, actually, do you already have it? Yeah, it looks like you do. Never mind. Only usable by wizard, unfortunately. So I guess I'll keep it just in case I ever get another wizard then. Unlikely, but still. Alright, so when I'm not on stream, I'll have to go digging around in that. Honestly, I should probably dig around with the crafting system as well, given that I haven't done much with it. I probably don't need to, given that I've found all sorts of really cool stuff, but still. Anything to give me the edge, right? And in a game like this, you really do want anything that'll give you the edge.
This is going to be fantastic. Just wait till they hear about this back home.
Alright, nothing new from you. Alright. Presumably nothing new from you. Off. I'm assuming nothing new from you either. In that case, I think my best bet would probably be to just go marching into, well, go marching up to Durgan's battery, see what I can find there.
Welcome.
It's nice to sit by.
Alright.
Father wants me to stay inside for a time.
Alright then. So I guess we'll go marching up to Durgan's battery then. Actually, let's see where the journal takes us first. I'm assuming it'd be a good idea to go by Durgan's battery first, if only to assess things with the local, well, if only to assess things with both the local Animancer and this. So, both are drawing us toward the Raedceran fort. Wait, I can actually go into the Stalwart Mines now? Ismay. Where's Ismay? Well, I guess we could go diving into here anyway, see what we find. Now that they have the White Forge, they should be able to make good use of the mines that they've got. This ought to be interesting.
Please! You've got the wrong man! I don't remember any of this!
Quiet! We'll get the truth out of you soon enough. Take him away!
This ought to be interesting. Are we just gonna hang on this? Okay, there it goes. Let's see. A stern-faced woman approaches you. Her already impressive frown is only emphasized by her slight underbite. She folds her arms. Be careful where you wander. These mines are still crawling with all sorts of pests. We haven't been able to clear them out yet. Of course, you have experience with that sort of thing, I hear. Guess we have you to thank for opening the battery. I'm Ismay, the foreman. We've been keeping busy around here since the battery's fires were lit. A little busier than I'd like sometimes. What's going on here? Things are hard enough around here without local wildlife. Last thing we need to deal with was a murder of all things. Tell me about the murder. You probably saw Gamel getting carted off, found it by the body of another miner, Samath. We've lost quite a few miners recently. Most just vanished. Samath's the first corpse to stick around. We may have caught Gamel, but we haven't been able to find the bodies. You know, if anyone can help us put this all to rest, it's you. I'd like to be able to give these miners' families some answers, even if it's bad news. What do you know about the victim? Oh, Samath. Poor Samath. His body is up the tunnel to the east. Folks say you've got a knack for making sense of corpses, like the Dunreed Rose sorts, right? Tell me about Gamel. Don't know him so well. Certainly never pegged him for a killer. I'd say you're better off questioning him yourself. See if he'll tell you where he stashed the corpses. I'll look into it. I appreciate the help. Certainly need it. I have a few questions for you. Sure thing. What do you want to know? How are the mines holding up? Tana did most of the work whipping this place into shape before I got here, but she's getting on in years. In the end, she felt it was best to hand things off. She still drops by occasionally to make sure the workers are in order. Why are these mines so important? The demand for ore has gone up since you opened up the battery. Everyone wants their own shiny piece of Durgan steel. Thing is, the battery was hit pretty hard by the tremors. With the battery mines collapsed, we're the only game in town. About those missing miners.
You see Gamel?
How could I miss it? Looks like he
Whew,
went swimming
good thing
in
I sold
Samus'
most of my
blood.
jewelry.
Blazes. Never would have pegged him for a freak.
It's fairly clear why Gamel is under suspicion. His face is spattered with blood. His hands are bound, but you can see blood and scraps of flesh underneath his fingernail. Gamel's posture is hunched, and tears of jug tracks through the layer of gore in his face. You find yourself the target of a pleading expression the moment you're in sight. I have a few questions for you. Please, it's like I told them. I don't know what happened. I can't remember a thing. There's no way I could have done that to Sameth. If you're innocent, I'll do my best to prove it. Thank you, thank you. That's all I'm asking for. It's a chance. I can do this. I don't deserve what they'll do to me. What questions do you have? What was the last thing you remember? Tarek shaking me awake. I was on the floor. Sameth was curled up nearby and he was dead. His face crumples. That's all. There's hours just gone. Out of my head. Who's Tarek? He handles construction in the tunnels. There's a cave into the north and he and the others have been working on clearing it for a while now. He must have been grabbing supplies for the crew when he found me. Where are the other miners? I don't know. Nobody knows where the miners have gone. I swear it. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't have anything to do with it. Tell me where they are, and I'll ask the foreman to be lenient with you. I'd tell you if I knew, but I don't. I don't have any idea what's going on. Please, I'm telling the truth. What do you do here? Me? I'm just a dragsman. Load the carts, get the ore from here to there. I do whatever they ask me to, really. I haven't lived in Stalwart long. I heard they needed more hands to work the mines. Thought I could make a fresh go of it. Maybe even see the battery. Why is this happening to me? He tries to wipe his nose with the back of a hand, leaving crimson smears behind. So he claims to know nothing.
Yeah?
So he claims to know nothing.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Question is, do you actually know? Zorips. Zorips! And a greater earthblight? That's random. Durance. Oh look, my character even knows to go for the good stuff. There we go, now we've got him. Although, honestly, I can probably get away with not having per rest abilities enabled, so...
Leave it to me!
The same can probably go for Raloth. I can do per rest abilities myself now. And again, it's also fun to just drop the hammer on people, so we'll do it anyway!
Hi.
Zorips. The lovely blighters.
Hey there.
Right as I finish sifting through my inventory, I gotta deal with all this crap again. Could be overwhelmed with guards. Then again, with what we dealt with in Durgan's battery, this is nothing. At least not by comparison. Why did you lock the crystal away? Why punish us like this? Someone must have the crystal. Where is it? So what is this crystal? This must be the key then. Crystal Bay. Need something? We're trying to get this place cleared here. Cleared out. What are you doing in here anyway? I'm looking into the recent disappearances. Can I ask you a few questions? Huh. Glad someone's finally taken an interest in what's been going on around here. Sure, ask away. Where did you find Gamble? Found him out to the east, hunched over Samet's dead body. State of him. Thought he'd gone feral or something. One of your workers was acting a little strangely. Noticed that, have you? I think it's something to do with the sulfur. After they're sent to fetch it back from the east mines, they all come back a little off. Caught some of them wandering in circles, talking to themselves. Didn't seem to last once they were outside the mines. The eastern mines seem to be the site of a lot of trouble. My guess, it's gas bubbling up from underground, coming out with the sulfur, messing with people's heads. Knew a guy once, got a lungful. He decided to shuck off all his clothes and run hollowing through the tunnels. We all got an eyeful, but at least he didn't hurt anybody. Be careful if you head over there. Scylla uses constructs for digging, and they double as guards. Just give her a head up if you're on your way, maybe. What's Scylla's job here? I have her picking out some potential sites for a new tunnel at the moment. Otherwise, she wrangles the constructs mostly these days. Her aims to have the constructs do most of the dangerous work. You'd have to ask her how she gets getting on with that. I never liked those things myself. Has anyone from your crew gone missing? Not a one. Guess we've been lucky. That makes me wonder if you're responsible somehow. This cave-in has created openings to the outside. Snow is settled upon the rocks above. Leads to stability, that's new. So, caves to the east that are causing problems? Well, I guess that would be a good place to start looking then. See nothing off to that way.
I'll see what's ahead.
Here for the body. Samet's body is laid out cleanly. You can see that his throat has been torn out and his face has deep scratches in it. His hands are stained a light yellow. Light yellow? Sulfur? Sulfur. That's a possibility, but that seems too simple. And that seemed way too damn convenient. Alright, so that's everything in this direction. I guess we're gonna have to move downstairs then. See what else lies within. Huh, ice troll. Didn't expect that. Ah, hell. Durance, you know what to do. Okay, someone needs to deal with that horde. Aloth, blast up. Blast him good. I'm not sure what that was, but it didn't seem to do much. Alright, enable this. You need to be on all. You need to be firing all the cylinders now. Boom! Alright, that should get me some endurance back. Also, someone needs to heal me. I like living. Oh, jeez! That was a lot. Chain lightning the bastards. I laid them dead. Oh, jeez, Durance is down? That's not good. Keep using chain lightning on the bastards till they die then.
I shall deal with...
Okay, that one seems to be an especially obnoxious one.
This one.
Alright, Zawa's not gonna last long at this rate. Why won't you die?
Hey. Lavaru, be on seek!
Oh, and of course the moment the spell is cast. Ooh. Let's drag this out, see if it works. That seemed to do something.
Yes?
Oh, Adair's paralyzed. That's why he's not being effective.
Lava! Lava!
Down you go.
Yeah?
Ow. That was surprisingly obnoxious.
They'll never know I'm here.
That's interesting. A miner's note. A set of fragmented notes is scribbled almost illegibly on a scrap of paper. Tunnels. Remember lamp. Keep hand on right wall whole way. Watch for spiders. Remember lamp. That's supposed to mean.
I'll take a peek.
Guess we'll find out before too long. Why is there that ethereal Oh, spiders. I think we know why there are problems down here now.
How may I help?
Just hit Aloth. Didn't seem to do much, but still. Moon spider, what's that? Ooh, that's useful. Consume that. Zawa, go after him. Wait, your auto attack is to defend? No, be aggressive. Crap, I'm down.
That's not what I was expecting.
That moon spider is giving us trouble. Zap it. Ooh, that. Let's do this to stall them out. Well, it falls quickly when we give it a concerted effort, so in that case.
All right then.
Yeah?
That's it.
Let's give it a good zapping. Ah, that is... It feels so good to use that against someone instead of have it used against me.
Yeah.
Now kill it!
Mm-hmm.
Good work.
Hey there.
I get the feeling it's these spiders that are the real cause of our concern.
Nice and quiet.
Out of curiosity, did these last? No, they didn't. The spell doesn't last very long.
How may I...
Okay, standing in that field is clearly not good for you. Move.
Show him how it's done!
How have I taken that many hits already? Heal yourself.
What? Moe X. Ana.
Hey there.
Easily dealt with. Once you know what you're doing anyway.
Zawa is ready.
Hey there.
A peek inside these shallow burrows revealed the gleaming stare of many eyes. Oh, that's lovely.
I'll see what I can find.
That is lovely. Oh look, bodies. Confused miners.
You can see why I was ready to get out of this town.
Here we are. More notes. This document details the purchase by someone named Scylla of a handful of construct for use in the sulfur mine. The seller appears to have been one Galvino. Wait. Constructs from Galvino? That doesn't bode well.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Curiousa and Curiousa. These must be the constructs. Hey there, hang on just a moment. She turns toward the nearby constructs. Stand down. The constructs stop instantly, limbs going limp at their side. There we are. Now what can I do for you? I'm looking into the disappearance of the miners for Ismay. Can you answer some questions? Suppose so. Not sure how much help I'm going to be. Tarek's the one that's found Gamel. Do you think Gamel's responsible? Sure looks that way, seeing as he's got bits of Samoth in his teeth. She grimaces. Have you noticed any strange behavior in the other miners? Mining's rough work at the best of times. It's why I like using the constructs. I think these tunnels just start to get to people over time. Never thought Gamel would snap like that. But sometimes, yeah, folks start acting a little strange. Like when, who was it? She frowns. Huh. You know, my memory's been acting up lately. I'm starting to think Tarek might be onto something with that gas theory of his. You control these constructs? That's right. Pretty solid workers, seeing as they don't eat, sleep, or go crazy and kill their workmates. Not as often as your usual miner, anyway. Swing on by if you have any more. With a sudden convulsive ripple, her posture changes. She hunches forward and her arms dangle loosely at her sides. Brothers, sisters, Terranet is here. Her head turns towards you, but her gaze is empty. You take a moment to look behind yourself. You don't see anything of note, and your companions look similarly baffled. When you turn back, the woman is drawn significantly closer. We've been looking for you. We know what you've done. Her legs trudge forward in slow, ponderous steps, as if she might collapse under her own weight at any moment. Why were you looking for me? Take him away. Lock him up until we get what we want. The constructs behind her turn as one, their clawed fingers at the ready. The constructs charge towards you. Well, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. Wait, what are you casting? You can cast spells? I don't like the sound of this. What can we do? Holy crap, chain lightning!
I'm here.
Oh, you're putting all of us to sleep? Okay, two can play at that game, buddy. Also, Durance, you may want to heal us. Ah, hell. This is not nearly as strong as a fight as I was expecting. Holy crap. Okay, where's my quick save? A little bit in, but that's okay. I can manage. Okay. This is gonna make things interesting. How to play this. Oh, right over
Sure.
here. Perfect. That makes things easy.
Tell me.
Hey.
Okay. Terranet? Who are you talking about? Did you hear me? Actually, step forward. Well, so much for that attempt. Alright, let's enable per rest abilities. Get up. Actually, let me think. Oh dear, Adair's has already taken that many hits? That's fun.
Show him how
Amaneha's already down. That's great. We get her back up.
Now it's done.
Alright, you're going for chain lightning too? Good. Alright. Hit her again. She's almost down. If she goes down, that's the worst of our problems taken care of. Alright, now that that's been dealt with, the rest should be relatively easy pickings. And Aleph has all sorts of cool stuff. Another one down.
Hey there.
Whew.
Lead the way.
Hey there.
That was weird. It's clarity. Oh, a bunch of defenses. Nice.
Hey there.
A yellow-tinged vapor gusts occasionally from these vents, leaving an acrid odor in the air. This dark burrow extends deep into the wall of the mines. Unlike the miners' tunnels, the walls here have an almost slick texture, interspersed with damp pressed earth. A few paces past the entrance, the tunnel widens considerably. You find yourself at a crossroads, where the tunnel splits off in 3 directions. 2 tunnels lead to the left and right, while the third stretches on ahead of you. I don't think it's a good idea to go into that yet. Not until I've at least had a chance to make sure I quick-saved. Phew. Let's let Adair recover. Take the path to the left. Walking on, you come to a fork in the road. Tunnel splits here, curving away to the left and... Crack. Go to the right. Alright. Go forward. Back within Stalwart's mines.
Hey there.
Alright, so left and center. The left, right. Oh, pile of boulders? Alright, let's hit it. Several rocks tumble away, clearing a path just wide enough to pass through. Long, long way. Come to a fork in the road again. A new cavern system. Thick layer of spider webs under your feet. This ought to be good. This ought to be interesting, if nothing else. I mean, you just follow the typical laws of any maze, eventually you get somewhere interesting. I get the feeling whatever's going on here might be a result of whatever spiders are in here.
Sure.
It might be a result of the spiders. Wait.
Keeping an eye out.
Let's set those... Vithra. Dominated miners. I know you're hiding the crystal. Give it to me. What's that supposed to mean? So there is something dominating people here.
Sure.
Vithrak. Isn't that part of... Wait.
Oh, and if I find something good, you
haven't
can
I
have
run
half.
into creatures called Vithrak before? I'm pretty sure I saw some in the basement of Cad Nua. Ah, great. This world's version of Myconids. That'll be fun. What else can I do? Let's see what kind of chicanery I can invoke with this. I've taken some hits from this. Heal, please. Well, that seemed to distract them if nothing else. Of course, the target on these guys were now less about to nail it.
Let's have it up!
At least the target dies.
Hey there.
Alright, I don't know if we can take another fight, so I think now's the time to rest.
Laying low.
Just get a sense for what we're up against next. The light from these mushrooms illuminates the dust in the air, revealing the thick clouds of spores. You feel your nose tense up as you breathe. What the heck built this? Door? More Vithrak. I might be able to take it on if it's just one. Let's try. It's more than one. I'm not winning that fight. Well, let's try anyway, just for fun. Oh crap, a moon spider. Whoa, that had a pretty hefty knockback. Yeah, we're not winning this. Quick save, quick save. There it is. Ooh. So already this has been curious. Although I'm curious to know how long this part of the White March content is supposed to last. Because if the part 2 suggested it'll be about as long as the previous White March content, but hard to say at this point.
Sure.
Hey.
Hey there.
Oh right, the random moves.
Hey there.
Mow it. Show them how it's done!
Alright. Turn off party AI. We don't need it.
That's it!
Back off real quick. Ooh, bestiary progress.
Hey.
Alright, party AI back on. We're gonna need it.
Yeah?
Breathe.
Ooh. Leave. All right then.
Get in there. Drop these in for fun.
Take that.
Okay, we're starting to hurt. Holy crap, how did a dare take so much damage all at once? Might have to use a resurrect spell on him if this keeps up. Actually, we need to get rid of that dominate effect. There we go. Should have done that earlier. Now you can then use this to get everyone back on their feet.
I will.
Can you knock it away? Because this is starting to turn into a problem.
Warren, I'll teach you a lesson! Show 'em how it's done!
These
Alright, that was manageable. So, these are trapped, huh? Mine grub. Minerals from the stalactite overhead have condensed on this small web. Clean water falls from the web and coalesces below. Curious. Now this gets interesting. At a miner? The throat of this Vithrak has been torn out and deep gouges have been scratched into its... Wait.
You might find this interesting.
Wait a minute. That's a mirror to what we saw elsewhere.
I'll teach you a lesson!
Wait, that's almost a complete mirror to what we saw elsewhere. Ah, just trigger it. Oh.
Do not succumb, Aloth.
Keeping an eye out.
Interesting. Tiny spiders run across the web in droves. Pretty big web. More sporelings.
Teach you a lesson!
Hey, why do you have your weapons equipped? Don't do that. Also, I'm pretty sure you don't want to be standing there. Move back a little. You should be able to still shoot at him. Aloth might have a bit of trouble. What can you use from that range? Kaboom! Alright, fire this out. Alright, you can probably risk chain lightning now. Oh geez, that's starting to hurt. Endurance, group heal, now. Step up. There we go.
Sure.
Another one of these.
Hope you're not expecting much.
Watch and learn.
Merciless gaze and another mine grub.
Sure.
This worries me.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
So this place is infested with Vithrak. I mean, Vithrak on their own? That one's friendly? He must be getting close. Vithrak. Let us in, we need more. Alright, I'm gonna need to rest again, and unfortunately I don't have the resources for it. Well, luckily I can head back into town if necessary, but it looks like we found what may end up being the source of our problems. So something is driving these Vithrak to act irrationally. Something is either dominating them or compelling them to dominate others. This looks like it's going to be a brutal fight. We don't have a whole lot in the waves of spells.
There's something here that works.
Oh geez, that's really starting to hurt. Endurance, a heal would be nice.
I'm here.
There we go.
How about we take a break?
Get me back up. Put me back in, coach. Oh geez, I only have 6 HP in total? That's fun. Alright, so I'm stuck just casting spells. Get him! And I'm down. Well, we managed to do it without needing to rest, which is nice.
Hey there.
We literally cannot do any more combat or else I'm just heckin' dead.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
So, yeah, it looks like I'm fatigued as well. Yep, there's a lot of things in effect right now. That was a lot. That was some intense combat. It's not even over yet. Got the strange mushrooms over there. Plenty to see to. Plenty to see to. Alright, we're back within the Stalwart Mines. We'll go rest. We'll report what we know. And we'll see what else lies within. In the meantime... this has been a lot. This has been quite a lot. Oh, wait. About equidistant, all things told. Interesting. And we're back out here. Well, it'll give us a chance to check out the inn, if nothing else. See what they've been up to since everything happened. Man. This has been a lot more combat than I expected, straight up. I knew there was an army, but I didn't expect that we'd be going headlong into this kind of combat yet. Whatever the case may be, I suppose I should be happy we're making progress. Just realized I probably turned the audio a little bit down more than I needed to here. Turn it up a little.
Please, someone has to do something. Piss off, Kern. I got enough problems.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you? Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You won't be disappointed.
Why is there skipping in the audio? Decades I've lived here. We've worked and drunk together and not a one of them will lift a finger. This dwarf's face is damp and blotchy. His outburst seems to take something out of him. He sags, his lined features showing his exhaustion. I'm sorry, I've no heart for conversation. I'm sure someone in here will drink to your health. What happened? Done something terrible. I'm not sure I can fix things. It's a neighbor of mine, Hattie. We've never gotten on at the best of times. With this land dispute losing half my property, things have gotten out of hand. Go on. I was drowning my sorrows here at the inn. There was a stranger, Sylvestin, obviously from out of town. We got to talking. He's all smiles, saying he's a paladin, that he'll sort out Hattie for me, get my land back, if I give him the week's wages. I didn't know he was a bleak walker, a madman. I was half drunk, though Sylvestin meant he'd speak on my behalf. Put a scare into Hattie, not kill him. I tried to call him off once I realized. He laughed, said that doesn't happen. Please, you've got to help me. No one else here is willing to take him on, even for the coin I'm offering. What do you want me to do? Stop that maniac. And Hattie, make sure he's safe. His family too. I have some questions. Tell you anything if it helps. If it helps. What do you want to know? What's a bleak walker? I asked around. As far as I understand this, their order thinks brutality is the best way to ensure peace. They don't negotiate and they don't give quarter. Once they've been ordered to clear someplace out, they don't stop until they're done. And they don't change their minds. They just have to turn up half the time. They get paid to stand there and be a threat. I don't understand why Sylvestin is doing this. Seems like a petty contract for a paladin. I never even knew there was a contract. How can that be right? Did Sylvestin not tell you he was a bleak walker? Not at first. Not until it was too late, I guess. I'd had a few drinks, but I think I'd remember if he had announced it. Where's Sylvestin now? He must be heading off to Hattie's by now. Stuck around here for a few days after we talked. To gloat, I think. Or to wait for someone. He's left. You hired a man to kill Hattie? Never to kill him. I was angry, drunk. Hattie's nearly ruined me. That doesn't mean I want his family dead. I'll make sure Hattie and his family are safe. Thank you. You're a good man. Hattie lives out to the east in Whitestone Hollow. Please hurry. Ugh, I thought I ordered ale. She must have brought me the dishwash out by accident. Or maybe on purpose. You can never tell. What brings you to Stalwart? I represent a group of investors from Defiance Bay who are attempting to establish a trade agreement with Stalwart. Before they're willing to commit to any agreement, they want to have the town assessed, make sure it's as prosperous as people are claiming. That's where I come in. She takes a long sip from her mug. What's your assessment of the town? There's certainly a lot of coin changing hands, but whether this is simply a short-lived boom or something that will persist long term remains to be seen.
Oh, it's you. I'm so glad you came by. I hoped I'd have the chance to thank you properly. They told me what happened. God's bless you, sir. I owe you my life. I know it was foolish of me to try, but I so wanted to save my family's ring. I'm sorry I put you in harm's way.
How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm managing. Fenway's letting me stay with her until I'm back on my feet. Everyone's been lovely, really. It was hard seeing what's left of the house. But Raedceran says he's going to see a hut raised for me soon as they get the logs.
What's so special about this ring anyway?
Sentiment, mostly. When he first settled here, my grandfather had a ring fashioned from the first batch of ore he excavated. It was supposed to commemorate his fresh start. He passed it on to his daughter, and my mother gave it to me in turn.
You still have their memory. A ring isn't worth dying over.
I know. But it felt like losing them all over again.
Hey there, good timing. You can watch me trounce Beer Twin. Alcohol and sharp objects. This won't end well. Once, Andred. You won once. Ooh. Both kneel. The armor of a crucible. This ought to be good. Have I never talked to you, this group? What are you playing? Orland's Head. Andred grins sheepishly. That's what they call it anyhow. Smooth. You pick a target, see? Nose or ears. Nose is worth more, but you've got 2 ears to work with. You get less points the further out from the target you get. So for the mouth and eyes. No points if you miss. Fancy a game? 3 throws each, and whoever gets the most points by the end of it wins the wager. I'll put down 50 pans if you will. That's a little tasteless. Hey, I didn't name it. Don't take it so serious. Not like we're using a real Orlan. Not right now.
Thanks again. I'll be gone just as soon as the weather clears.
Alrighty then. Anything else interesting?
Something I can do for you?
Nope. Alright, looks like we're good down here then. Now that that's been seen to, and now that I've bolstered my attributes a fair amount from resting, well, even more than what I had from Defiance Bay, at least in a different way. Not Defiance Bay, Cadnua. Let's get back out there. Alright, so I think first things first, since we're in the neighborhood, we may as well report what we saw. Then we'll go have some fun. Oh man, why am I so tired? I haven't even done that much of my day.
Hey there.
Looks like there's nothing new until I can get to the bottom of this. Makes sense. Alrighty then. So, given that... Oh man, this is going to be an interesting bout. Because there's bound to be a ton more. Well, there's bound to be a ton more threats in there. Wait, huh? Combat start. What are we...
Lava will be unseated.
Okay, turn off your... Okay, turn this off. You don't need your spells against a few spray spiders.
How bad?
And if you have any spells to sling around... Oh yeah, they're already dead. That was nothing.
Sure.
Now get in there. Surprised I missed him before, though. Unless they respawn stuff every once in a while. Back to the caves. At least they're letting me retrace my steps back there. Slowly but surely we'll find our way through this. Although given how apparently tired I am, I may call it after I finished exploring through all this. Oh, there's that bit I missed. Wonder if that's... Oh right, that was probably because of that other batch of spiders I didn't want to confront just then. That was probably why. Still, if it's only one crystal eater, we're probably in good shape. Down they go. Next group.
Show them how it's done!
Nothing like a little bit of concerted effort.
Yeah?
And we're good. And we're good. Alright, so that's this way explored. So let's take a closer look at this over here.
Good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
A barrier lies across this doorway, humming with a strange energy. You can see no obvious way past it.
And what does the flame reveal?
Absolutely nothing? Spider venom sac. Wait, that's something unrelated, I think. So this just leads back to where we were. Doesn't seem to be any pathway or anything that I need to worry about in this direction, so that then means a matter of going this way.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
How generous. Let's see where they were heading off to. Hello. Hope I'm not gonna regret quick saving.
I'll teach you a lesson!
Ah, great, you paralyzed their healer. Luckily, you're a brute who's pretty easy to fell, apparently.
Hey there. Hey there.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Wonder where they were all heading to. Why are they so invested in this Raedceran common house? Why are they so invested in this crystal thing? What is the crystal? Dominated. Why did you lock the crystal away? Why punish us like this? Alright, reactivate party AI, we're gonna need it. Oh dear. Someone heal me briefly. And I'm down. Well, I'm no longer the primary target, so maybe we can get away with doing this. Alright, now that that's done, let's cast this so we can zap all these guys into oblivion. Oh geez, Adair's almost dead. Oh, he is dead. Oh boy, that's a tough fight. That's gonna be a fun one. Maybe I can get a better angle. Draw some of them away. I'm trying to think of who stands the best chance of withstanding all that nonsense. Adair probably. I think the unfortunate thing is that I was the first target, so that then meant all sorts of problems resulted. So, with that in mind...
Sure.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Why did you lock the crystal away? Why punish us like this? Alright, let's start casting. How is Adair taking so many hits already? Yeah, stand where you can use that more effectively. Or where that will be more effective, I should say. Dominated priest. Okay, that needs to die then. Wait, Adair's down. Get him back up. Ooh, that helped. And then fire, and then we give him hell with another spell. What would be good? Fireball! And then do it again, and hopefully that luminary dies. Oh, not quite.
Lead the way.
Excellent. You're about to die, but that's okay. Heal yourself briefly. Oh geez, I just realized how low health I am. What would be good? Only firing this way. And I'm down. And then take out the Luminary. Warbow can die later, but the Luminary is going to be a problem if we can't take it out. Pretty wide area now that I think about it.
Let's burn for it.
Down they go.
The door. Release me.
What was that?
All right then.
I don't like the sound of that.
Step lightly.
What's that voice? I don't like it. Terranat.
Show them how it's done.
Oh geez, there's Mithrax roots in here.
What?
Reactivate party AI.
Lava will be our peak.
Down you go.
Sure. Hey there.
Oh.
Yeah?
Brood quarters. Why do I get the feeling that this is my only way? Why do I get the feeling that he's gonna be a major problem? The Vithrak stares at you. Its spider-like features unreadable. Its speech, as it forms within your thoughts, is delivered in an even, low timbre. Why have you come here, human spawn? Slaughter our people? Some of the stalwart miners are being affected by your colony. From the tilt of his head, the Vithrak appears to be thinking. You hear a series of low, hollow clicks. Perhaps we share a common enemy, human. You seek to help these kith, and I would save my colony. We have heard of your encounters with Charik, far beneath Cadnua. I am told Strevig Nareth will have the secret of Audra with which to strengthen its walls. What can I do to help? You want my help? Tell me what's going on. What is it you wish to know? What happened to the other Vithrak? An infection has claimed our people. It began when the scouts came upon a strange plant, a radiant spore. It lived alongside a nest of spiders, each deriving sustenance from the other, a marvel of nature, something that we might use. They brought it into our territory, not seeing the danger. It was a matter of days before many of us had ingested the spores. Why did the other Vithrak lock you up? I did something important to them. The resonance crystal. There is a crystal, giant, beautiful, enchanted, which grants us passage into the common house. I hoped that my kin would improve if they were prevented from returning there, but it only made them desperate. Where did you hide the crystal? I have hidden it in the nest to the south, the pillars made of webbing. It is in the pod farthest from the... Please hurry. The longer the spore keeps its hold upon us, the more my people suffer. What is a radiant spore? This is what we came to call the creature, but there was a light about it. I have seen similar beasts in the caverns, but never quite like this. It has grown to enormous size in little time. One center stalk, vines like pillars. It has used our own gifts against us. The connection between our kin. It uses to spread its own words, its thoughts. Why did your people consume the spores? The spores strengthened our abilities. Many believed we might all be made more powerful. But what began as study became addiction, and only took one to fall victim to go through the compulsion. Those who consumed the spores began to hear its words, then its instructions. We fought it first, tried to control it. Failed. Why aren't you infected? I was cautious. I did not partake. Some were forced by those infected to consume the spores. I hid myself until I could retrieve the crystal. You feel a faint pulse of shame alongside the admission. Where is the radiant spore now? I sealed it within the common house in the center of our territory. I could not let our people bring the spore to the colony at Moltuskrumir. A door to that chamber is sealed with a glyph. There is a crystal which, held before that glyph, resonates with a specific tone. The tone that opens the door. Now that tone opens the door. Do you know what's happening to the miners? For a long time we simply avoided the Kith tunnels, but the infection has heightened my people's power over weaker minds. The infected ones project their thoughts, their awareness. They find themselves in strange, soft bodies, and have no care what damage they do. It is madness. Well then, that is not what I expected to find. So it looks like, as is before, the Vithrak aren't necessarily my enemies, they're just another people, and one that had been horrifically affected by this. So, given that, I'm hoping I won't run into too many more Vithrak.
You might find this interesting.
Ah. Well, that's not good. Adair,
Sure.
right across.
Gotta have something here that works.
Oh, that was me that ran across it. That's not good.
I'll teach you a lesson!
That's really not good. I am taking way too much damage from these brutes. And And I'm almost dead.
Not like this.
I'm gonna need... Yeah, I'm gonna need to rest before I fight this. I'm not even gonna pretend like I can make this work otherwise. I was able to get away with it last time, but that's because I had spells. This time, not so much. Allowing myself to use per rest abilities within the AI stuff has been very useful. The problem is, it also means that most of my spells get consumed on a long combat encounter. Which means I'm back to where I was when I was playing the Infinity Engine games. I didn't buy any camping supplies. I'm a moron.
Sure.
Well then, I suck. Too bad this isn't a stream where I can just... Too bad this isn't a Let's Play where I can just hit the edit button. You're just gonna have to suffer my company in the meantime, so... Oh man. I was not at all smart. Actually, are we still in crouch mode? No, we are not. Okay, good. We should be able to get through this, given that we can retrace our steps pretty quickly, but... Oh, that is obnoxious. That is very obnoxious. Oh. I clearly thought this through very carefully. Well, that's okay. But I do have a direction that I need to move in. I'm surprised that there are Vithraks so close to where the crystal was hidden, but then again, they don't necessarily know where it's hidden. So we'll see how it works out. We will see how it works out. But given what we've seen, we need to be careful in the long term, because we know now what's causing all this, but I'm curious to know why there would be causing problems in our minds then. Is it just because there was that burrowing out that we saw? Possibly.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, shut up. Either way, it looks like we are nearing a resolution to this, if nothing else, so... I think after we're done here, we'll go ahead and call it for the night. It's been a long day. But it is nice to come back to this. We slowly get to explore more and more as time passes. Looking forward to see... Well, I'm curious to see how things will play out here, but I'm definitely curious to get back to the main story. It's just a shame that we won't get back to it for a while, given that the recommendation is to go through all the White March content before starting Act 3 up, so... pretty much stuck here. Completing this stuff. Though to be fair...
Back to warm your hand.
Whoops.
You alright? Top quality bear...
I guess I can't complain that much, given that it has been an interesting thread to pull on lately, but oh, before I do this
Back
again...
to warm your hands, eh? What can I... Nothing like a pot.
Go past all the stuff I sold off. Trade. Alright, that should do. Off we go. Now that we actually have camping supplies, not that we're necessarily going to need them for this bout, because actually, we might, depending on how difficult this combat encounter is. We'll see, though. We'll see. Nah. So, I'm trying to think. I saw a lot of Vithrak brutes in there, but enough of the luminaries to make this difficult. Just enough of the luminaries to make this difficult. With any luck, it won't be that much of a concern.
Yes?
But we shall see. We shall see. There's always the concern that, hey, they're going to throw some crazy paralysis or petrify or some nonsense onto us. Or they may throw some dominate spell that I'll need Durance to counter. Good thing I decided to bring him along, though at this point there's less of a chance of me getting soft-locked. Wait, why is only Zawa moving?
Yeah?
Come on, all of you get over there. You don't have all night. I mean, technically I have all night, but it's been a lot of late nights for me. That's probably why I'm tired so much. Well, so tired. See? I can't even do English right. Well, either way, we'll resolve this thread, then call it a night.
Zawa is ready.
Yeah?
Let's go. At least they preserve the path to the caves, although knowing my luck, there's probably something in there that I haven't quite found. Still, I'm not looking to go uber completionist on this, and even if I wanted to, I would need more than one playthrough, I'm pretty sure. So, why was the audio cutting in and out? This is the Unity engine, built-in garbage collection. And unfortunately, because it's C#, built-in garbage collection goes whenever the hell it feels like, rather than when it makes sense to do so.
Hey there. Of course.
And a bunch of us are stunned out. That's stunned, right? Yeah. Do I have something against stun? Paralysis and petrify. No. Wait, you can revive people with this too? Huh, useful. Keep that in mind.
Love.
Luckily, I can stun them in return. Alright, Durance.
What?
Yep.
Margaret's fireplace. Let's have it!
Just to make things a little easier on us, put them to sleep. Well, I got most of them, so I'm happy with that. I dare distract this one. The rest of you focus fire this one down. Swing and a murder. Boom! How do you like that, sucker? And heal! What trap did we just set off? Amazing what happens when you walk in with a full spell list.
Sure.
Huh, even more caves.
Not a sound.
Wrapped up in a bundle of webs, you can see small spiked Vithrak eggs. Periodically, they pulse with movement from within. Vithrak crystal. There we are. Now that we have it, I'm not worried.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Alright, now we just need to deal with the scent. Actually, let's go talk to this guy first, now that we have the crystal. Is this the crystal you mentioned? Yes, that is it. With that, you can enter the common house and deal with the radiant spore. Please hurry. The longer the spore keeps its hold upon us, the more my people suffer. Alright, I have most of my spells, so I should be able to take these guys on. Well, take on whatever nonsense awaits us in there.
Hey there.
Let's set him back a little far so I can quick save. And now the fun begins. This is gonna be its own room, isn't it? Yes, it is. This is gonna be fun. At least this gives me an autosave. Pretty sure. Here we go. Probably gonna be a bit of a rough fight, but I've got means to get rid of status effects, so we should be. Oh, that is ugly.
Once in the living lands? Ah, who am I kidding? I've never seen anything like this.
This towering mushroom pulses and writhes with life. Each sinuous movement shakes loose a new clouds of small, incandescent blue spores. The air is thick with them. You hear a muffled hum in the air, like the murmur of distant voices. Hello? You hear nothing but the creak of the radiant spore's movements. Let the Vithrak go. You step forward into the cascade of spores and breathe deep. The air smells sweet, like you've stepped into a garden, but it leaves a tingling numbness in its wake. The world around you seems to tilt, colors shifting, sound falling away. Welcome. The spore's voice fills the room, as grand and overbearing as its pulsating form. Blazes, it talks! You hear laughter, laced with amused contempt. Talk more, you will understand soon enough. The glowing stalk shakes, and another dusting of spores falls loose. Get away from me! The radiant spore's words wash over you, ringing in your ears. You try to step back, but cannot convince your feet to move. What are you doing to me? These questions do not matter. Keep breathing. You struggle fiercely, filling your head with silent screams. For a moment, the radiant spore is silent, as expectant, as if waiting to see if you will be a threat. When it speaks, it seems pleased. Very good. Now let's be rid of these pests. So I'm in a confused state. Wait a minute. Durance, don't you have a way to deal with confusion? Yeah, that was a bad idea. I wonder what else I can learn from this.
Sure. That is disgusting.
Yes, it is. Why are you doing this? Why? This is a gift. All of these spiderkin will be host to a new generation of my kind. Soon you will join them. Where did you come from? Interesting. So if I'm in the confused state, surely there's a way of fixing that. Whoa! Whoa! That was some damage. That was some damage. Holy crap. I'm not even sure what triggered that.
Yeah?
Hey. Zawa, you think this thing is smokable? I got my pipe.
It is not. I would gladly die finding out.
That is glorious. Alright. You get rid of the confusion on me. Holy crap, the amount of damage required to cause that. Put these to sleep, buy us some time. I said put them to sleep. Or for your sake, honestly. Oh, hey, I'm up. Let's get him.
I feel so...
We've lost the angry one. That makes things difficult. Oh, it's those spore tendrils that are killing us. Ah, great. Okay, so we step too far forward and we get mauled. We'll have to take it out from a distance. We'll have to take out most of them from a distance then. Rely on primarily on magic. Okay. Given that, oh boy. That's gonna make this difficult.
Hey. That is disgusting.
Alright, now back off.
What? Then run!
Stunned out. That's gonna make it difficult.
Hey there.
And I'm stunned. Alright. Stun him back! Oh, hell. How am I supposed to deal with that?
Love. That was
How the hell am I supposed to deal with that? It's just so much damage. Holy crap.
Let's burn this away!
Can we even do any reasonable amount of damage to them?
If the invasion doesn't wake up!
How do we kill those? That is so much damage. Holy crap. When not even a dare can reasonably withstand that, how the hell are we supposed to survive it? That's just so much damage. Do I have to... Oh, man. Do I have some kind of haste spell that I can throw on people? Let's check out Alice Grimoire. Not a good one. Not much of an option.
Aye?
Yep.
All right,
Sure.
let's see if we...
That is disgusting.
God, that stun! Is there a way to give us bonus deflection? Okay, there's gotta be a better way to fight this than this. Oh man, it's just so much damage relative to everything else. What the hell? Is there a way to somehow... What are my options? Let me... How do I deal with the Radiant Spore? A resolve check of 15? What do I have that can bolster resolve? What is my resolve right now? Wait, I can meet that check.
Sure.
Once in the living lands? Ah, who am I kidding? I've never seen anything like this.
The ground shakes under your feet and a groan splits the air. The sound seems to crawl inside you, and you feel as if your skull will split. The pressure worsens until you can scarcely see, but you stand firm, fists clenches, until it passes. You are a creature of uncommon endurance, but you need not resist. The voice is pleasant even. Think more. You will understand soon enough. Get away from me! You grasp at old memories, thoughts, pushing the intrusive presence from your mind. Your head begins to clear. Ooh, your vision swims as the spore's influence diminishes, but for a moment you see dozens of gleaming threads, stretched outward from the spore's stalk to plant themselves in the surrounding Mithrak. What you saw as threads you understand now to be thin connections of soul essence, binding the central stalk to those under the influence of its spores. You could trace them clearly to a handful of Mithrak in the room. A single thin thread is drawn directly to you, as if tethered to your heart. You muster what senses your Watcher's gift can bring to bear, and rip at the threads of essence. The thin filaments dissipate under your assault. What has happened? Where are we? Brothers, sisters, run! We have been freed! The room shakes and the radiant Spore's voice fills your skull. You will regret what you have done. A swarm of tendrils moves towards you, brandishing their spines. Alright, that makes it a little easier. Now we just gotta deal with the Sporelings. Easier said than done with the amount of damage we just took from a few of them. Why aren't you casting? Because you're dead. Great. Foul off. Start killing. Now. Crap, Alop is down now.
Slow down.
Okay. We need to move to where we can get close to and start mauling one of them. Let's see what I can get away with.
Sure.
See if I can position myself over here.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, it is. It is very disgusting. And I keep getting Cadnua quests.
Hey there.
Why aren't you casting this spell? And Zawa's now the primary target. They're immune to the stun, huh? Still, looks like Zawa is able to maintain for a little bit. And Zawa's almost dead again. Actually, can you put the Radiant Spores to sleep? I doubt it, but it might be worth a shot. Are you stuck?
That looks like it hurt.
Wait, Durance is down. That's not good. The rest of us will fall quickly if we're not careful. You guys need to go deal with the tendrils immediately.
Leave it to me.
Let's deal with this one. These guns are
Aye?
Varanthus!
Do that again. Seem to do seem to have quite the effect. Oh wait, you can actually use Blast of Frost for once. Let's see how effective it is. Not very, well, not as much as I might have hoped.
Griff Uligna! I shall deal with this one.
They're starting to lose. Keep shooting. The dare's down.
I shall deal with this one.
Let's have it out! Let's have it out!
Well, that worked a little better. The problem is we still got surrounded. I just need to... Well, we can't stun out the... Can't stun out the Sporelings.
Yeah? Yeah?
Once in the living lands? Ah, who am I kidding? I've never seen anything like this.
Alright, we try again. First, we lead with this. What am I casting? Who's that there? Aloth. Oh, the Aloth duplicate. Okay. Oh geez, Aloth is down. Okay, this seems to be going a little better.
Hey there.
Let's give it a few targets. Where's the dare?
Hey.
Okay, go around. Ah, hell, I'm down. That's not good. Get me up.
I'll teach you.
Ah, hell, that's not good. Right as I activate that, too. Let's see if I can just rip him to shreds this way. That seemed to do something. There was the problem, I just needed to get him enough.
Sure.
Silver flat. A two-handed blunderbuss.
I'll see what I can find.
Alright, now what's this? To the waterline. A Raedceran merchant ship was sunk by Adairan pirates off the east coast of Raedceran. Before the ship collapsed into the waves, the pirates made off with a variety of precious treasures, many of which were experimental animancy implements or nautical devices intended for Defiance Bay and Spirento. The concerned would-be recipients of the cargo are discreetly inquiring about potential help. Their hope is to recover the shipments before the pirates learn the value of what they've taken. We're out of time? Said Kana. Alright, so there's a way back, but let's go talk to the Vithrak real quick. Alrighty. Looking at the time, this will be an excellent time to call it. So, we'll see if the Vithrak has anything interesting to say. Then, I'll head out. Huh, it's not here anymore. Unless he was over by the entrance then. Ah, here we are. Our minds are returned, and Multus Crumir is safe. You have done a great thing, human. I will tell my people they are in your debt. Alrighty then. It is done. With any luck, that'll also fix up any problems that were lingering over here. Well, with the miners. Now, let's get out of here. Actually, wait a minute. Who was that standing in here? Ah. Guess I can't talk to him then. No matter. Alright, the confused miners over here shouldn't be confused any longer then. Good. Now, let's get going. Love how you can hear their voices just softly in the distance.
Hey there.
Seems like the miners are back to their senses, almost like someone smacked them all in the back of the head. What'd you do out there? I found a Vithrak colony underneath the mines. A malicious fungus infected their people. The Spore was behind all these attacks and disappearances. Well, can't say I would have guessed that one. I'm just glad you put an end to this mess. Which leaves me with the decision of what to do with Gamel. Gamel wasn't in control of his actions. You shouldn't blame him. Yes, you're right. We'll keep an eye on him for a little while, then see about setting him loose. Take this. A token of gratitude for all the hard work. It's the least I can offer. There we are. Now let's see if there's anything interesting over here. Probably not, but just in case. The water line's already needed. After traveling north from Godhammer Citadel, Kana arrived in the Raedceran port city of Benhald. Several of the pirates had landed there and sold much of their stolen booty. Tips and rumors from merchants and criminal elements led Kana to the Bone Isles, a small archipelago northwest of Raedceran. The more foolhardy pirates put up a fight, but most of them fled with small scraps of cargo. In the end, Kana managed to recover over half of what was stolen. One item, a small curious diving bell, went unclaimed by the conglomerate of merchants that had paid for the recovery. Extra defense against poison attacks and dragon breath. Dragon breath attacks? Ooh, that could be useful. You lose some perception, though. Still, something to help with against dragon breath? It's livened up in a hurry? Nice. Alrighty then. So now that that crisis has been averted... Actually, real quick, I should probably have... Well, I've got a moment. Item type. I've got a ton of these that I need to sift through. I'm thinking it might... I think the last thing that I'll do tonight is I'll go sit in the tavern. I'll rest there once. Just to be sure that we're in good shape. And then... I will... have Aloth look over whatever spells he can within that. Because I need to be sure of what exact... Honestly, there's probably some really good stuff in there, and it may be worthwhile to go through it on stream. Because I have recently gone through and done... Well, I have recently gone through and sifted through a bunch of the crap in my inventory, and it took...
Can't believe they're letting that animal go free.
It's all the new blood in town. They're soft.
You'd better not show his face around here. That's all I'm saying.
Huh, who are you? Run for mayor, they said. It's an easy job, they said. I should have stayed in the mines. He notices you approach and his eyes widen. Eleanor, what brings you back to Stalwart? You're always welcome here. What was that about a negotiation? There's a group of merchants from the Defiance Bay interested in a trade agreement with Stalwart. The representative, Nesta, is staying at the Gref's Rest. I've been avoiding her because I have zero experience with treaties and contracts and all that. I was a miner, not a diplomat. Maybe you could talk to her on my behalf? He looks at you hopefully. As mayor, I'll give you full authority to negotiate on Stalwart's behalf. What makes you think I'd do any better than you in a negotiation? You're the hero of Stalwart, the man who reclaimed the White Forge. Of course you'd do better than me. I'll go talk to Nesta then. Thank you. As I said earlier, you can find her in the Gref's Rest. I'm pretty busy, so unless there's something else. How's Stalwart doing these days? We've rebuilt. The western palisade is fixed and some fancy merchants set up shop where Katie's house used to be. He gestures at the temple. We've also got a proper temple to Abaddon again. Never understood why the Andrites stuck around Stalwart in the first place. If only you freaking knew. If only you damn well knew. Well, whatever the case may be. Ooh.
Oh, come on! Stupid sword!
Okay, now you're just pissing me off. She slams her forge hammer down on the unfinished blade with a loud clang. Straighten out, damn you! Temper, Maska. The older priest glares at Maska reproachfully. Sorry, master, it just slipped out. She takes a deep breath and releases it slowly. What's wrong with the sword? Where to begin? She gestures at the rapidly cooling lump of iron on her anvil. For one, I can't manage to shape the metal no matter how hard I try. Master Engrim said envision a sword. So I'm envisioning really, really hard. I think I'm ending up with a club. Maybe a mace if I'm lucky, but no sword. If my work doesn't improve soon, they'll kick me out of the temple. Can't be a priest if you're not a proper smith. Unless you help me. Go on. If I snuck a peek at Master Engrim's lore books and came across a ritual that it can enchant a forge hammer to boost smithing skill, that's exactly the kind of edge I need. I've already completed the first part of the ritual, crafting the hammer. Unfortunately, the next two parts require travel to the Deerwood, and there's no way Master Engrim will let me leave anytime soon. Isn't crafting using a magical forge hammer unethical? I'm not trying to show anyone up, I just want to appear competent. You know, buy myself time until I'm actually competent. I'd better get it back to it before Master Engrim gets annoyed with me. Why did you decide to become an acolyte of Abaddon? It's a family tradition, one I've managed to keep going. She glares at the unfinished sword on her anvil. Barely. That's great! The hammer actually turned out alright. The first place you'll need to go is the Shrine of Abaddon in Crucible Keep. That's in the First Fires district in Defiance Bay. Never been there myself. Just place the hammer at the shrine and it should get blessed. Or something. After that, you'll need to find the Shrine of Mogren in Mogren's Fork. It's not far from Defiance Bay. To the north of the city, I think. Do the same thing with the hammer at that shrine, then head back here. Engrim nods at you and smiles in recognition. Ah, the Kindler of the White Forge. We owe you a great debt for the industry and faith you restored here. Welcome to the Temple of Abaddon. What do you do here? I lead this temple, and guide the acolytes in matters both spiritual and mundane. He indicates the forge and anvils. Worshippers of other gods pray or meditate. We Abaddonians venerate our god through the acts of smithing. Our doors are always open and our forge always alight. How may I help? This used to be a temple to Andra. He tilts his head to one side, back when this was a dying, forgotten place. But the clerics who tended to it left as is customary of their goddess. The throngs who have since come to Stalwart sought a more practical deity. Curious to see what he'd say, but I don't want to necessarily commit to that. If such a thing were possible, as Masca obviously believes, I'd be interested in seeing how things turn out. You don't seem very concerned. Because I am not. He smiles slightly. Alright, I'll take that as tacit permission. Unless... Oh... What I get the feeling that there's something more to this. This is a test, isn't it? This is a test, isn't it? A test of faith. Perhaps. I get the feeling there's more to this than I'm being told. I'm very curious to see where this thread leads now. I am very curious to see where this thread leads now. This is going to be interesting. I'll definitely follow through with this. Alrighty then. So, next on the chopping block, we will sift through all of the Grimoires. Alright, I think just to make this simple, we'll take all the Grimoires. The ones that are named will stay. The ones that are similar will stack up just to be sure that they are actually similar. And we can throw this in here. Not like I intend to use it for anything too major. Alright, let's make sure that it's only... Oh yeah, the Spellwright's Tome. That's technically... Alrighty. Actually, I don't think I've looked over the Ironbound Grimoire. Well, let's look over all of them. The ones that are named will go back in. Ones that are not. Alright, inventory. Ooh, there is new stuff. Innovating Terror, that's useful. Alright, the Black Pages. We already looked at that one. Ooh. Merciless Gaze. 15% of hits converted to crit? That could be useful. Hazard AoE. That's okay, cool. Grimoire Implant. Steal 3 spells of level 3 or lower for a few seconds. That could be interesting. I'm gonna give people epilepsy if I'm not careful. Huh. I don't know Ghost Blades? Arduous delay of motion. Oh, lower attack speed on an AoE. That's useful. Alright. Alright, that should be all of the named
Back
grimoires.
to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you? Nothing like...
Now we just need to sell these and call it a night. Alright, that ought to do. Also, we can throw these back. Throw these into the inventory. Actually, is anyone using any special gauntlets? Actually, we've got gauntlets on everybody at this point. Well, may as well throw most of the important stuff in here then. You can always dig it back out later, right? Always dig it back out later. Huh, a couple people... Oh yeah, I haven't given you or Zalwa any rings. Probably find some good stuff.
Yeah?
Either way, I think as one last thing to close out the night, we'll see if we can do a negotiation. Tarfos sent me. I'm here to negotiate the trade treaty on Stalwart's behalf. Finally! I was beginning to wonder if Tarfos had forgotten about me entirely. My first stop is Stalwart's Fishery. My clients are concerned as to the liability to Stalwart's prosperity. I'll meet you outside its front door.
Hey there.
This ought to be an interesting thread to pull on. I wonder why she would think it would be a liability, though. Gods, it's freezing out here. Let's get this over with quickly. I'll go inside the fishery, but that smell... Ugh. I'm also regretting having the fish stew at the inn. One of the fishermen say they found a body in one of the barrels once. If you have a more uncomfortable place to nap, I am willing to accept suggestions. According to the town's records, the fishery doesn't export much these days. Why do they keep it open? It's an unnecessary drain on resources better spent on the White Forge and the mines. Closing down the fishery could help convince the investors that Stalwart is serious about maintaining its property. Thus, maintaining its prosperity. The fishery helps keep Stalwart self-reliant, less expense in acquiring outside food. That's a pragmatic answer. I'll see that the fishery remains open should any objections against it be raised. One last thing, totally unrelated to the trade agreement. I heard that you killed Grinda, the head fisherman. What happened? He wanted to get away with murder. I wouldn't let him. A matter of justice, then. That's good to know. I'll be heading over to the Stalwart mines next. My clients are concerned about the security and safety of the mines. Meet me there when you're ready. Alrighty. I just realized I could completely screw these guys over if I wanted to. Wait, where'd she go? Did I pass her? Where'd she say she'd be? In the Stalwart mines. Okay. Surprised she would go in the mines themselves, though. Ah, well, no matter. Brady. He is in here, right? Ah, here we are. It's impressive how quickly Stalwart reopened the mines and got it operational. She looks around approvingly. I'm a little concerned about this incident involving some of the miners, something that was causing erratic and violent behavior. They say you've solved the issue. Care to enlighten me? A giant spore in the Vithrak caverns was mind-controlling the miners as well as the Vithrak. The spore is dead now. But the Vithrak are not, correct? She thinks a moment. I'll have to make a note of their presence in my report. Defiance Bay will insist on having a squad of Crucible Knights protecting the mine as part of the trade agreement. No offense to Stalwart's militia ended, of course. There's not much prestige in guarding a mine. The Knights won't thank you for it. And I have few enough friends among the Knights as it is. Good point. I won't mention the Vithrak in my report. There's one more stop I must make. The White Forge. I like to assess the skills of the smiths assigned to the forge. See you there. Alright, I guess I've got an excuse to go over to Durgan's Battery now. Works for me. That note, see how far along we get.
Oh, I knew that Malkachoa was bad.
If you insist. By the sounds of it, you would have taken it anyway. Whitestone Hollow looks like more stuff opened up. Very nice. Alright. Surprised Nesta wandered off on her own to Durgan's Battery given the other threats in the area, but you know what? Here we are. Oh boy. Let's see. I wonder how I can spin this one.
Help!
Oh, what now? Brigands? Oh boy, I did not expect combat at this point.
I'll get them.
That was a close one. Nesta quivers with exhaustion. I'm usually much more adept at avoiding brigand ambushes. Why were they after you? I'm occasionally mistaken for a tax collector. It's possibly that those brigands made that assumption. That was a close one. Could have helped me fight them. I have much more practice at running. Besides, I'd just have gotten in your way. You had things under control. Let's go. I'll see you at the White Forge then. Coward. Just another weathered grimoire. Too interesting.
Sure.
Off we go then. Hopefully there won't be any more nonsense on the way up. But knowing my luck, there probably will be. Surprised there isn't the music that was there before, though I guess the music that was here before was kind of mellow, I guess, for lack of a better word. Actually, ominous would be a better word, never mind. It looks like they put a decent amount of work into things. Slowly rebuilding the walls.
You want me to go back up there? After nearly losing my leg?
You still got it, don't ya?
The back of the Orland's head is a patchwork of singed green-brown fur and dark, scar-ripped, stippled flesh. She notices you and jumps back a foot. One of her staring eyes is gold, and the other is hazel. She flicks her left ear, which is little more than a nub on her skull. At last, she relaxes.
I think we found Haravius' mom.
Oh!
Ha! Took you for one of them Raedcerans. Then I saw you had all your teeth.
Oh. She's shouting at you, but a friendly smile warms her face. She smells of sulfur and smoke. I've also got more than half a brain.
Hang on, gotta talk into my good ear.
She yells even louder, swiveling a hairless but whole ear toward you.
Now what was... Say, ain't I seen you somewhere?
Do I want to be cheeky? Do I want to be cheeky? I've just got one of those faces.
No, I got it. You're the one who got us into this place.
She thumps the wall with her fist.
And you fired up the White Forge.
Wonder glimmers in her eyes.
Must have been a real sight up close. All that fire. Oh,
yeah. Imagine flames everywhere and a rumbling so deep it rattles your bones.
Sometimes I stand on the bridge to the mines just to feel the heat.
She trembles with feverish enthusiasm.
I keep wanting to see the forge for myself, but the blacksmiths won't let me near it. Don't know why.
She scratches her arm. A clump of burnt hair falls to the snow. What are you doing out here?
Oh, you know, clearing tunnels, blowing old barricades, just tidying up.
She grins, showing all of her teeth.
But soon, I've got to start testing the cannons.
Her voice has dropped to a whisper, or at least her closest approximation of one. She clasps her hands together and looks up at the high tower with nearly religious reverence. Is this about the iron flail?
We held them off a few weeks ago, but they didn't run far. Set up a fort in the woods, and I hear they're working on some really fantastic siege weapons.
Surely these walls can protect you. They've held for centuries.
I don't know. Something tore through that place a long time ago.
She jerks her thumb through the double doors and gives you a meaningful look. She does have a point.
Anyway, we can stop them.
She rubs her hands together.
Once we have the heavy cannons, that is.
What's the problem with the heavy cannons?
They're all the way up there.
She points up at a tower that punches through the snow-bleared clouds.
I sent a crew to the tower, but they came back complaining about Skuldrak and the other nasties. Nearly took Colmar's leg off. Skuldrak did, I mean.
I could look into it.
That'd be a big help. I'd hate to let those beauties go to rust up there.
She twitches and fizzes like a drunk envisioning a tipple.
And anything you find up there is yours. Battery's full of treasures, and the West Tower has hardly been explored. Head through the door and up the stairs. That'll get you to that rampart.
She points up at the snow-dusted walkway.
Yeah, Coolmar cleared the rubble before he took to getting himself conveniently injured. You should be able to work your way up to the cannons from there. Meantime, I'll check on our black powder stock.
She gives you a smile full of jagged teeth. Someone's very enthusiastic about all this. Days are long and the work's hard, but the pay's worth it. I'm sure. Lodgar? That's an interesting name. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh man, I am just unearthing all sorts of stuff. Well met, stranger. He scratches his head. Wait, I know you. You're the one that cracked this jelly jar in the first place. He laughs and claps you on the back. In that case, well met indeed, and thanks for the job. He leans forward to shake your hand. As he does, you notice that he's favoring his right leg, and his left hand is roughly bandaged. I shouldn't talk too long or I'll get an earful. He glances over his shoulder. What happened to you? Bad hip that got worse after a night with Colmar's rot gut. He laughs, but he's wincing too. It'll heal. Just gotta fix this place up before anything else falls apart. There might be more to that than I know. Either way. Any level within the battery? Let's go to the Great Hall. Oh, they've spruced the place up nicely. Also, where exactly is my target? Where exactly is the... At the White Forge. Okay, I need to head to the White Forge. Alright, we'll just fast travel there then. That'll probably be the simplest way. I can thoroughly explore the battery itself in due time. For now, see what I can make of everything else. White Forge. Also, that looks like a minigun in the artwork now that I realize. Wait, that takes us back up? I'm very confused. I'm probably going to regret going into this, but you know what? Here we go anyway. Ah, we're part of the Great Hall. Cool. Here we are. White Forge. So this is the fabled White Forge. Very impressive. I know several smiths and Crucible Keeper would dearly love to be standing where I am right now. How long were the souls of those Pargruned bound here anyway? Centuries? Releasing them back to the wheel was probably for the best. These smiths working the forge though, what are their qualifications? Who trained them? Surely the forge isn't being used as effectively as it could be. I think it would be more profitable for everyone if Crucible Keep trained smiths were brought in to run things here. Wouldn't you agree? Ah. As long as the news... how to play this? I feel like I've been pushing back on a lot of the things that she's been employing about. I feel like giving this one compromise might be valuable. As long as the new smiths share their experience instead of taking over entirely, I'd say that's a good idea. A reasonable compromise. I'll make note of your recommendation. All that's left to do is write up a draft of the trade agreement with the terms and conditions we've agreed upon and present a copy to Tarfos. It'll still be a few months before the final agreement can be signed, but we made great progress here. I appreciate the escort, Dalinar. Farewell. Wait, I was supposed to return to Tarfos? Oh boy. Well, I probably should have gone back to Stalwart when I had the chance then. Well, where will this take me? Alright, front gates. Let's go. I guess I can always take the long way back. Not a problem. Not be the first time I've done something like that, so we'll manage as best we can. And thus, the loading screens continue. I feel like I've been seeing more loading screens than anything else as of late. Seems like the frame rate's been having trouble. Wonder why. Well, either way. Back to... Wait, not the Deerwood. Stalwart. Alright, I wonder what he'll say about our agreement. Because I don't know if that compromise was necessarily a good idea, but I felt it was good to compromise on something, because I got her to concede on the fishing village, I got her to concede on the mine, so I feel that giving her that should help. Eleanor, Nesta presented me with the terms of the trade agreement. I guess we're keeping the fishery open after all. Funny, Nessa had mentioned something earlier about the investors wanting to shut it down. Can't say I disagree with them either. Looks like she didn't have much else to say about the mines beyond what we'd already discussed. Good. As much as I hate the idea of Defiant Space Smiths butting into the Forge operations, we could benefit from their expertise. Everyone will be happy just as long as they stay in their place. All things considered, the trade agreement is better than anything I could have negotiated. I'll sign this and have it set off to Defiance Bay first thing. Oh, Nessa lists this for you. She said it had helped her at a previous line of work. He hands you a bundle of cloth. Thanks again. Axe Collector's Mantle. +2 stealth. Grants escape. Immune to engagement. Oh, that's useful. And then Smoke Cloud, which I'm assuming is a special ability. Alrighty then, so that will be all for tonight. So, next week I'll need to figure out what the heck I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure the next thing that'll be on the docket will be a matter of... Actually, wait there. Oh, I can have saves explicit to a different character. That's useful. How did I not notice that before? Either way, so next week, I suppose we will see as to exactly what all needs to be seen to then. Because we've got threats within Durgan's battery itself, we've got undoubtedly other problems to worry about throughout the Deerwood. Well, not the Deerwood, throughout the White March. So with any luck, we'll be able to sort those out. Also, I guess while I'm here, this will be more relevant to the current time, depending on when you view this, but the current stream schedule for probably the rest of the... Well, at least for November, probably the rest of the year, if I'm being honest. I've usually been streaming on Fridays and Saturdays, Fridays spending time with my brother, and Saturdays streaming this. The Saturday streams will be continuing, the Friday ones are probably going to be dropped for a while. The reason being is that my brother's life is about to get a hell of a lot busier, so I think it would be best if I gave him time to sort through that and make sure that he'll be good to go before he returns to streaming. So I am going to be pushing to try and have him have some regularity with his schedule, which means I'll be working with him on something that I don't stream with him. But as a result, I'm debating whether or not to do anything with the Friday slot because, I mean, if I've got that evening, it might be valuable to do something with it, maybe spend more time with this game, but honestly, I might just keep it open because my own life has been a little busier than I would like to, so we'll see how that works out. Either way, that probably means you won't see a Friday stream of this upcoming week. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. It's up in the air. So, short version, I'll see you all on Saturday for certain. Friday is a maybe. So, either way, thank you all for watching. I hope this was entertaining for you, and I will see you all next time.